Oh my God, what's happening? All right, it's Saturday. It's track feedback. Is that coming up? There it is. Hey everybody. Hi. All right, who's here? Alex is here. Jens, Tice, Morton. So basically, it's going to be like the Mindbender show today because we got some mixes and we got some master versions that got done and some Mindbender originals. So I'm happy to play through those and focus on that. If you saw my email and maybe the Facebook post on the page, PR, Paul's here. One thing that, this is going to be a little mini lesson at the upfront part. There's this thing that happens that when you're looking at the screen and really looking for things to edit and kind of thinking about problems in the track, you might forget to listen to the track and enjoy the music. So it's really important to close your eyes, listen through the music in a different setting where you don't have Ableton open, you're hearing a 2-track mix, and maybe you can press pause if you want, but you can't stop and edit. And when you do that, it forces you to feel the music the same way your listeners are going to feel it and actually listen to the events that are happening. You can't see what's coming. You can't see the playhead moving. You can't see the timeline. You can't stop and change anything. All you can do is make a mental note like, that didn't feel right, or this one sound went on too long. So it happened that I was doing errands in my car, driving around, and I was playing this mix a lot. And this really cool thing came up where one part, there was this 8-bar section. It was like kind of like a second dropout or a second breakdown after the main build up and breakdown. And the second one, like I was in the jam, I was listening to the beats, and then it goes into this 8-bar breakdown, and I was like, what the hell is the point of that? It didn't do anything. It wasn't the ending. It just didn't feel right. So I made a note when I got home. I just said, delete that 8-bar part because it doesn't feel right. And the weird thing is when I was in the studio working on the track, I could see the blocks. I'm like, all right, there's 32, there's 16, there's an 8-bar, then there's 24. You know, and it looked like it made sense. So when I was looking at it, I was expecting it, and it felt like it made sense. But then later listening in the car, I didn't want that breakdown at all because it lost the energy. So it's really important to listen to your music. It's so obvious it shouldn't even need to be said, but you got to stop and enjoy the music. So one update I made in this track was I deleted 8 bars of dead space. And another one was, I think it was after this breakdown part. This will give me a chance to talk too. I just found there was an 8-bar section where the sub bass was missing. And I didn't notice the whole entire time because I had that track condensed. I wasn't looking at it, and I was focusing on, effects or like, do I have the cymbal crash at all the right points? And I actually forgot to paste the sub bass 8-bar phrase in. And that's really bad when you're in the jam. And it was like the second part, so there was like a little build-up thing. I think it's coming right here. You can hear the low bass line and everything. So I went back home to the studio and I looked, and sure enough, there was 8 bars where the sub bass MIDI track was just not activated. The file was there, but I clicked 0 and bypassed it. So I didn't notice it that whole time until I was listening in the car, and then I was like, oh yeah, the flow was wrong. Like, I don't care what it looks like. I don't care if it looks repetitive. The flow did not feel right. So I fixed it that way. So I'm hoping that this track feedback process is going to help you get some other opinions on your music so you don't get too clinically analyzing on it. It's right here. Listen to those single bumps. There's 2 bass lines, and the sub is really low, right? Now the sub is here too. That low note was missing before. It's really important to anchor the bottom. Okay, so we're not going to analyze my whole track. I just wanted to use that as an example of and how small these details are. If there's one little thing that's missing, it can throw out the vibe of your track and make you feel like the track sucks when actually it's just one little thing that needs to change. So thanks for hanging out, everybody listening on the phone. Randy's here. I got your track, Randy Untitled. We got DJ Waters coming in with some techno beats. And let's start it off with poor little Donatsu, who's upside down on time and never gets to join us. And apparently he's out of bud. Horrific. What is to be done? EQ flat, stereo width, and thanks for being here, everybody. Let's go. Okay, sounds like a pre-master, so I'm pushing up the level. I think this is gonna drop louder in a minute. Right? Shepherds. Feels a little bit light compared to some other Denats tracks. The bass line feels kind of chunky, like go, 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 go. And the kick is not quite as heavy as usual. I like the melody part. That hi-hat coming in is good. So sound design and structure are feeling good. Mix is feeling a bit off. The bottom is kind of missing. So if that's what happens when Denats has no bud, we better get him some bud. Need that bottom. Oh my gosh, where's my Spectrum? Sorry, dudes. That's not what I wanted to do. Chops. That sound right there is going to need a little work because it's kind of, that bass line is sort of like chunky and go, 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 go. Let's look at that again. I'm glad that we got that solo part. Okay, it's got way too much sub, first of all, and it has a little, I'm going to EQ a little bit. That scratchy, I just cranked it up like about 200 hertz or 250. There's, the sound has potential to be like a really cool bass rhythmic thing, but it's a little bit scratchy in the low mids, and it has this sub that's getting on top of the kick drum. So I would really just go for like a bandpass filter to explore from like 100 to 180 or something. See what's in there as like a tone, as the bass pressure, you know, and get that coming through. Go, 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 go. So it feels more like a deep pulse and not like this kind of scratchy thing. Yeah, Alex, resonance and needs some compression. Yeah. So that bass sound needs some work, but feels like it's a usable ingredient. We are, after all, dealing with Denats. So I think his mix skills are pretty well in shape for that. Right here. And it's really good that bass sound is coming on the upbeats in between the kick drum, so there's a lot of space rhythmically, boom, 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 to have it be loud and alternate with the kick, so that means you can sidechain it real hard. I like the space in this mix, man. The strings are in the background, little guitar thing, the vocals are kind of in front, and it's like chugging along. It's like nicely distributed, kind of. You know what I heard last night? I was out, my feeling for you, and I was like, Denats. There's a new club in town that opened up with 2 21-inch subs in a small bar. It's amazing, like freaking. So I was enjoying that. My feeling for you has always been bud. I like the claps, I like the hi-hats, you know? My feeling for bud will always be true. Alright, haha. Yeah, let's skip through, because this one... We could come up on that vocal a little bit louder. Oh, nice, the dirty ending. Yeah, mostly this track is in shape already. Just get that bass sound together, vocals a little bit louder, and then bring it back for another review on the mix. And I think the kick drum can come up too, but you know, when you clean up the bass, the kick is going to get more clear too. So that'll kind of, cleaning up the bass sound is going to solve sort of two problems at once, and we'll get that more like smack and bottom on the kick. Wait, was that some double kick drum bumps right there? There's like a little ghost kick. Yeah, it was like, that's good. Alex, make it a track called I Got Bud. Smoking that weed. So right here. I like that kind of growl. You can see right there at 150 and 96. There's like that growly part of the low bass thing. That's the sound I would aim for using. So I would slap a pretty tight high pass filter up to 90 and get the bandpass, the low pass filter coming down to like 200, and then work that range from 100 to 150. You can even see there's like two specific like bumps on the frequencies that come over. Shepard is pull tech on the kick and it should have more oomph. Right, that solves the problem in a much more quicker answer. So Danats, nice work, man. And so fluid in the style with the house, the flow, the strings, that disco thing with the vocal sample. I'm looking forward to a nice solid mix set of Danats beats coming up. All right, so Paul Robinson, Sunday Dub. This is Mindbender. I want to make sure I understand exactly what we're listening to. So we have one version that's a Mindbender remix from the stems, and another one that's the mastering of Paul's track. Let me know if I got that right, Martin. So is this one? Let's listen. Whoa. Okay, I think this is the original. And maybe did you add some extra little dub effects in this one? Because we heard this last week. It sounded good. We had that chill out going on. The high end already sounds like nice and crisp and detailed. Like, added a beat and a few extras. Okay. I like those hi-hats. That has that really like natural reggae sound of like that. Like an acoustic drummer just tapping it out, you know? Goodie or candy. Chunk, chunk. Is Paul on right now? I think I saw you, right? Yeah, Paul's here. Cool. This one feels nice. I can hear the drums, I hear the low all day. And that stuff, wow, 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 little sound effects. It's cool, really listenable. Yeah. Wow, 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 wow. I think if I was a yoga teacher, I would play this in the studio. Have everybody do like octopus yoga. Cool, we're in like a different section now, kind of like a little skank chord thing in the background. Yeah, dub side. I think that horn section could be a little louder, a little brassier, you know, because those effects are nice and loud. Yeah, those horns could be louder. That would be fun. Although I gotta say, if you had to choose between way too loud or not loud enough for brass, if it's way too loud, that's like a problem because it's gonna be like, ow, especially on big horns, on a big speaker system horn. So having the horns a little subdued is like a nice touch. But if they could come up just a little bit, it'd be nice. Yeah, very nice. Whoa. Okay, let's jump the head a little bit. It's consistent all the way through. Let's check the ending. Yeah. And the high frequency little like scratchies. All right, claps on that one. That one is sounding good. So let us know the next step if we get to download that somewhere and buy the track or what. Now, this is a Deep Dub remix. There's the low thub. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Another 7-minute one, and we've got not a million tracks today. Yeah, that sounds great. Nice job, you guys. I like seeing these collaborations happening. Look at that big kick drum. It's like, whoa, whoa. This time I'm thinking the percussion can be a little louder. The tambourine. Let's see. Here's some high shell PQ. That's flat. And that's up. Yeah, like, what did you say in the comments? Like, it's not quite dub techno, but it's a dubby house track. I think the snare and the jingles, the tambourine could come up louder, really get it nice and snappy. The synth and the vocals are in a nice space together, kind of oozing around. In the groove. Nice mix with the sub bass and the kick drum. Kick looks like it has a hot loudest part is like 80 hertz, and the sub is down to 40. See a little sub popping up here, 150s, 160. So 40 hertz, 80 hertz, 160 hertz, doubling the frequency, octaves up. The vocals are buried. What are they saying? Like mysterious vocals. Yeah, totally bring up the snare drum or clap, whatever it is. Like, here's a little high frequency on there. So that's a boost up at like 3,000. A little bit to bring out the front end of that snare, like that. And the hi-hats are a little buried under the synth layers. So basically bring up the percussion levels a little bit and this one's done. And Martin, I like how you always make breakdowns where the kick drum is still there, but it feels like a breakdown. It feels like a quiet moment, like we're on pause, you know, we're like waiting, but there still has this nice pulse on the bottom. 353 could use a little riser or a signal, like a psh, when the vocal comes in. Coming in with the conga. Yeah, man. A lot of space, nice space. Yeah, that new kind of like a shaker sound, very subtle in the background. It would do really nicely to have that a little louder and move the rhythmic energy along. Those sounds are great. The dub sirens. And the buzzy synth, don't let me forget. Wow. Bringing it right back in. Yeah, man. So good feel, good vibe. It feels like you can recognize the original. It has that dub slow flavor, like the slow pulse, you know? And enough of like the hat snap, like to keep it going so you can play it in a 120 set. 353 can do a little French chord kick. Yeah. Pew, 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 pew. Uh-oh. And I still have some EQ boost in the highs and mids right here to get the front end brighter, or the top end. Tambourine is moving left and right. A little bit. Yeah. I'm enjoying this. This is a good feel. Let's play with this right here. I'm gonna cut the low end, just jack it up. See what would the beat sound like. So I took the low shelf down and just raised the volume just to see how the highs would feel. Here's back to flat. I don't want to carve up Martin's mix too much. Look at that buttery kick drum. Good atmospheres. All right, so Paul Robinson, you got some homework to make another dub track like this, and let's get some stems and do some mixes on that. Clap, clap, clap. Nice job, nice job. So yeah, just the hi-hats and the snares up a little bit, and you know what to do. Alex, I saw a quick message flash by that you sent. Don't beep at me. Sent something in the messages, so let me see if I missed it or if I didn't miss it. Messages. Full master of Two Souls. I think I got this 1 month ago. Okay. Okay, master Rev 1. Let's see, like. So that's not the one I'm looking at right here, the piano demo. This is where we were just doing the stems. Is that right? and then that's the master done as it is right now. So you did. Okay, let me know which one of these two I should play. And while I'm waiting for you to get back on that answer, we're going to do Randy Adams, Untitled, hitting up some little techno beats. EQ back to flat, and let's see what we got. Ah, Jens got the headphones on, all right. Oh, I like how that's growing. The inside out beat. I like those where it comes in, you don't know where the kick is going to be, and then the kick is like backwards. Ooh. This is devious. Randy, damn. Turn my headphones up. Yeah, I love the simplicity. This is for me like pure electronic music where there's like a synthesizer and a drum beat, and they're both getting tweaked a little bit, and that's like enough. It just gets you. Yeah, crispy hat. I like the presentation in here of the hi-hat and the snare. A little bit of like spacey reverb. Jens, are you feeling the kick is too loud? I know it could be, but I'm in headphones too. What do you guys think? Is the kick drum in the right place, or is it like too big for the rest of the mix? So far, it's like not a problem for me with these. Especially because the bass line is nice and bright, and I get that playing against the kick rhythm. Yeah, man. Okay, cool, thanks. Kick's perfect. Randy, I'm getting the Goosebumps award. This part could use a little high frequency ear candy. That's good that the bass synth is opening up now. That synth delay is so good. That new sound, I think, is one note low. Let's go back. Oh, Jens, you heard the bass ducked when the kick drum dropped. Okay, that's a good feedback. This new synth, I think, could be like one MIDI note higher, like a step higher. When it first came in, it sounded flat to me. I don't know. Does anybody else notice that? This is cool. 4.5 minutes in, we're getting some kind of deeper harmonic layers. I like the structure of having a nice long groove before we even get here. So these new things are like a new world of sound coming in. Now this synth is a little bit too much underwater. It's like an electric piano. It could be a little louder because it is really buried. Morton, you're saying it's done. All right. I mean, the groove is locked in. The beats and the bass are solid. It's just those two synths are a little bit of a question of like, how important are they? So how loud should they be? Nice reverbs on this end. And there's a sound that's really cool. It's like I like that a lot. This track is rhythmically cool. I guess I'll say it's not exactly what I would do harmonically, but that's okay. I can identify. That's my personal imagination on the track, and it's not a problem with the track. So. All right, coming in for the mix out. Yeah, there are nice details in here. Especially this far side. That's good sound. Yeah. That one sound right here. Down to down. That's my favorite sound in the track. And some super cool little noise effects on the fade out. All right, Randy, getting some claps. That one, let's say that one's done. At first, I wasn't quite sure about the synths, but when the first synth came in, I wasn't sure if it was like... I wasn't sure about the tuning on it, but later on when we got out to here, I felt how they fit together, and it makes sense. And then, especially that little chirp thing. It's super cool. It's hard to strategically have new sounds enter so late in the track and have them fit with what's already there. So I think the arrangement of this one is really interesting. It's like a long delay time or like a slow burn track where you get into it. I mean, up here, this is already a complete track. Like, I could listen to this for a pretty long time and be into it. If you just cut the beats out, drop the beats back in. So the beginning is like already an amazing track. And then when you add in new stuff and get this other swirling kind of tone world, that's really good. So I dig the arrangement a lot. And for production tips, if you're making a track with a lot of layers and it feels like the track is confusing and everything, what you do is, and I'm talking to everybody, not just Randy here, because Randy knows, but what you do is strip out all the extra stuff and get down to the bass groove with the kick drum, the bass line, the drum beats, the minimum that you can have to have a track. Like at the beginning, I said, oh my God, kick drum, beats, one synth, tweak some filters, and that's electronic music. So if you're confused about your layers and your track feels like it's got too much crap in it, it probably has too much crap in it. So mute a couple layers, get down to the essential groove and build out a skeleton where you have the beats come in and out and a couple little breaks and stuff and sections. Then one by one, add in one more sound and just ask the question, is this making it better or is this making it worse? And if that new sound doesn't take you to another level, just bless and release, as they say. And it doesn't have to be in the track. It's okay to create new sounds and then end up using them somewhere else or in another project. Don't force your project to have every sound you designed, because it might just be making it worse. And then if you do it that way, you could slowly bring in one sound at a time to layer up on top of the groove and keep it interesting without having that feeling of like all those mix problems we talk about, you know, frequency masking or lack of stereo spread or like clash in the harmony, you know, whatever. Sometimes the best thing is just get some sounds out of there, strip it down to the basics so it works, change nothing. Randy, maybe turn off the LFO at the beginning. Where on the... No, don't. What is the LFO doing? Is it on the synth? Is it on modulating amplitude? Or this part? Dude, the whole beginning is so good. Don't turn off the LFO. I'm not quite sure which LFO it is, but this part, this is gonna get people going for sure. Yeah. It's got that like this part. I'm into this right here, so don't change the beginning. One thing I did feel, this part is great, right? The breakdown, we got the bass, we got the other synth thing. Around here, I did feel like a little bit of a riser or something would be okay, or like an effects thing. And then 327 have a little bit of like some kind of atmospheric, like have the synth go up into more of a reverb or take some of the lows out. Morton, it's perfect as it is. Oh, Randy, after the main break? Do you mean the LFO here at 329? It's perfect as it is. It's lovely. Is that what the LFO is doing on the filter frequency of that synth? My favorite part is I don't know. I mean, you could tweak a couple little things and bring it back on Wednesday, but it seems like this one is pretty well done, and you could just get it mastered like it is. That opening groove is so tight. In it. Aha! Speaking of Alex B, so this is a mastered version of Two Souls. Let me get my EQ back flat. Yeah, no, Randy, good job, man. So, Alex, get yourself some Q-tips. Totally different world, right? That voice sounds great.
Do you think it'd be alright if I could just stay here tonight? I feel so safe here in your arms. Don't let go.
Nice, man. That bass line.
Don't let go, don't let go.
Yeah.
Don't let
Got the piano in there. Good sweeps and everything. High frequencies are sounding good. So what is the Rev 1 on this? Is this the first master, basically? Yeah, the kick drum for me, the kick and the bass line feel nice together. The mids are kind of bright too. Compared to the last track, this has a lot of like clear. Yeah. Some of that mid-range around 2.5K in that piano sound might be a little bit bright, but that's like 1 dB, you know? There it is, back in again. Like when the bass dropped out, I was noticing the piano was like a little bit like tinny. I know you had to cut it, the frequency, to get it in the mix with the vocal and the other stuff. So if I had any feedback, would be maybe look at the mid-range, like 2,000-3,000 hertz, and see if maybe that could get a little bit of an EQ dip to get the track slightly warmer and not like harsh. But that's like a tiny detail. I like the snare drums, or claps. They're really papery, like. Oh, the synth sweep. So how does that piano sound out there for everybody else in monitor land? Oh good, piano is boosted a bit there to fit with the vocal, yeah. I like this synth. Yeah. Good details, I hear all those little rhythm things. Right here is good. Yeah, 5.5 minutes, totally in it. Big effects world. DJ Waters, the piano is overpowering the kicks. Yeah, that's my main comment too, is the piano is a very bright element in the track. So the lower part under 1,000 is cool. That piano note, sorry, let me roll it back. There's a little bit of distortion above 2,000 on some of the piano notes, and Something about the brightness of the piano is just the one thing that keeps drawing my attention. Yeah, some dynamic EQ or something on the piano. If you wanted to go, if you're still at the stems level and you could work on the piano sound by itself, that would be the best, because there's a lot of other nice stuff in the mids that should not be cut down. And I have one question about a sound. There was a little bump in this part. That. Right at 101. What was that? Ooh.
Do you think it'd be alright if I could just stay here tonight? I feel so safe.
There it was again at 113. It's like a little like boop. Right there at 101, there's this little like boop. The ghost invaded. And I think it was at 113 again. Is it like part of the synth arpeggiator that's filtered down?
It'd be alright if I could just stay here tonight. I feel so safe here in your arms.
I mean, whatever, that's not a problem in the track.
Don't let go.
Okay, just out of curiosity, is it okay if I go to did I close the one with the other stems? Two souls. I'm kind of just curious what is at this demo version, so I want to just play through this and see if that can shed any light on the piano part. Oh, I hear how the kick is different in this one. Yeah. So if you could get to the stems level and, you know, take some of the brightness out of the piano, because even by itself it's bright, and then when you layer it up with all the other synths in the full version and the vocals. Especially the big cinematic like clong. I get the sense that those mids are layering up with there's too many elements pushing at that frequency, so the overall effect is that there's a like a thing. Shepherd is cool, great track. Squeeze the high percussion a touch. You mean compress that a little bit? But overall, I know we're being picky because the reason is it's going to be a great track, and I want to see this one get done and just be perfect. So work on that a little bit more, just a little bit, just a little bit. We get like, oh, I saw like one thread on your shirt was just like hanging off. I wanted to like scissors. So I hope nobody takes it personal. We really are just trying to help with little details that we can come in on and catch and here. Oh yeah, it could also be the SoundCloud jam. Yeah, that's right. Remember, SoundCloud is messing up in the high frequencies. So what did we play? Played the deep dubs, Randy Adams banging at low end, Alex B with the vocal. All right. Seed in Use. So this is a Mindbender track. Let's refresh our ears with a little blast of the cool waters. Oh, Shepherds, give them more presence, you mean? Squeeze the high percussion, a little more presence. That could mean some EQ boost. All right, DJ Waters coming in EQ flat. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah. That's a yes already. And there's a low bass note in there. Damn. Are those hi-hats not quite quantized with the kick drum? This feels almost like somebody finger drumming and not quantized, and it's on, but it's like just a little bit off. broadcast meter is jacked. Redlining. Sorry, I hope that's not distorted on your side. That sound is cool. So there's a fast hi-hat layer. It's like that needs to come up louder. And the one that's like a check the quantizing and make sure the kick drums and the hi-hats are just on the grid. Those are cool. Man, everybody's bringing 7-minute tracks today. Look at this. I like that. There was like a little delay sound. Kind of gives it that slow, spacey feel. Yeah, kick is muffled. We're getting there. The kick does not have that crack kind of on the front. These risers are crazy. Now we're in a bit of hi-hat chaos. The hi-hat is like... you could cut the hi-hat out here because it's not anchoring up. I mean, that totally takes over. And then bring it back in. Yeah, the kick could use a layer that has a click on the front. Like yeah, we got the smile mix, smiley face, big low end, big bright top end. Happy. Those are cool sounds. So Ian, good. So it's a sketch. You got the sonic elements together. So the kick and the sub bass are gonna need some work to come together. The hi-hats and everything. That ticky one should be louder. The closed hi-hat, that's like, that's okay, but the little ticky one needs to be louder relative to that. So quantizing on hi-hats, hi-hat mix, low-end kick drum mix, and then we can go from there. Hey, Pivklit's here. Good, I was saving the Tice Slackhouse track till you got here. Sound design is cool, and especially the ear candy and the risers, especially this riser. Just get the hi-hat out of the way, because this riser takes it's enough. Like resonant speeding up the LFO, and there was another one here, right? This is good shit. Future. Good. And the reverb on it. And it seems like the kick has a bit of the rumble echo, right? So yeah, the low end, is this gonna be like a rumble techno, kind of like a Shepherd's techno, right? So yeah, the kick could be a little like snappier, like a bright transient on the kick, and then the rumbles around it. That little rattle thing. That one, 550. I love that sound. The vocal is right there at 1K in that empty space, right? So the vocal could be louder and fill up that whole empty thing. That would be good. Those sounds are so good. Risers made in vengeance or risers made with a vengeance. Yeah, those sounded good. I hear where this one is going. It's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be like deep and hard, just like. What was that last guy down there? Boom. At 450 hertz. Cool. Give that another mix and bring it back because I see where that's going, and that's going to be a super cool track. And I definitely like it that you're putting together tracks, making the idea, the rough mix that you're coming with as like the starting mix is really listenable. So there's a whole technique that's called done is better than perfect, which means do not sit in your studio for 20 months tweaking every little tiny thing and never showing it to another human being. That's not going to help you. What we can do is start a track, have fun with the original idea, focus on what makes the track fun, export a test mix, and then work on the test mix. Because if there's one core idea that makes a track feel good and makes you have fun producing it, then the rest of us are here to help you just peel off the other crap, take the best part of the idea, bring it up in front, and then make it work as an idea. And usually that can be a simple thing that doesn't need a bazillion layers. So, yeah, everybody runs out of time. I personally really like the technique of just doing a rough version first and then refining it afterwards. So it's not like carving Michelangelo's David where you like make the perfect sculpture in marble and then unveil it. It's not that kind of shit at all. It's more like, here's a blob of clay, like, look, it's a snowman. Like, there's like a head and a body, and then you make it into a sculpture of a person after that. Roughly speaking, with a sculpture analogy, get your hands dirty, export a mix, share it, and then see what needs to get worked on. And I think that's how people make the most progress. The more you can get feedback and make some changes, even if it's small feedback, one thing at a time, it works a lot. Lecture, lecture, lecture. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, see it in you. So this is one, you were talking about analog effects and distortion and stuff in this one. Let's see. Oh, and DJ Waters, what was that? You just booked in like 3 summer gigs coming up. Looks like that's taken off for you. That's cool. All right. And where is Mark Troy? Man, there's so many interesting conversations. I know I'm talking over the beginning. So Mark Troy was talking about the concept of a DJ name. When you have a bunch of different styles, how do you tell people what they are so that people understand what your music is going to be? That's one good conversation. And another one I was happy about is my friend Michael Callan from Switzerland, who was subscriber number 1 when I first started Mixotecture. He was the very first person who ever signed up on my mailing list. And he's been in the group ever since. And he just got back into Discord. And he's got a lot of experience with licensing for instrumental tracks for commercial usage. So I hope we're going to get an interview or something, little workshop put together where he can tell us what he's doing and maybe help some other people who are making excellent music like this and help us find places to do some licensing and sync and commercial, selling your tracks in another way to publish beyond record labels for DJs. Mix mind benditure today, it is, right? Oh, not on this one. Oh, this is a remaster, smoother highs and tighter lows. Okay, so we gave you some feedback on this and you wanted to check the remaster. Good. Tighter lows. Do. I love the bass line in this one. Do. 6 gigs. Oh my God. +2 in Sheffield. Pray for the population. The cows are going to give sour milk. There it is. Right up there. Last week we were talking about the 9.4 or whatever. Okay, good. I'm still seeing a bit of a 9K, like almost like a ringy whistle. The only thing I'm noticing is right there at 9.3, it is a very, when the voice is in there, there is a brightness. It's like a... Other than that, mids feel perfect, low end feels good. And that bass line. Look how active that bass line is, and all those notes are coming clearly defined aside from the kick drum. The sound I like is here. Don't. That one. It's cool. Yeah, this whole part is perfect. Look how the mids are a nice upwards curve, the opposite of the smiley face. Here the mid has a nice, like, a lot holding it together. And the conga comes in right here. What is that? Hold on, there's like a frog sound. Ribbit. That bass line is so good. Yeah, Randy, it's cool. It's different from like the acid lead synth. It's more like the bass line is like the action. And these. Definitely playable. Kick is so good by itself too. I'm gonna be crazy and just turn this low end up. I love the Mindbender low end. I just gotta tell y'all, whatever you're doing is making the world a better place. That's the only thing I can say is 9.3. Just right there. Just take that down in that vocal and we're done. And I like it loud. I like that vocal. I like the whispery part, like it should have a high frequency part, but just a notch EQ, like right there on the ringy resonant part. And you'll have people going like this. All right, we're at 6.5 minutes. Let's skip through and see what else. Yeah, the percussion dub. It's solid. Yep. I like the burnt keyboard tone, a little bit fuzzed out. Oh, all day you mix in on something on top of this. Zombie. 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 I would get an Afrobeat track coming in on this. Zombie. I think that might even work. Can I have this track? I want to play this in a set. I want to mix this with Fela Kuti. The double bump. Boop, boop, boop. There's a little flanger going through there somewhere. That is great. That is super great. So 9.3K on that one little vocal thing, and we are good to go. Super, super done. And it's 11 minutes. Man, that's a jam right there. That is a dance party right there. you could mix all kinds of stuff in and out during that track and have little visitor samples or other. I mean, when it's 11 minutes long, you have time to think, oh, what other things could I put in there for ear candy or vocals? Get some acapella vocals loaded up. Yes, and for the compilation. Cool. Let's take a quick second and talk about the record label meeting process. We're starting to collect tracks for submissions. So I would like to just do a track feedback session with the record label crew and just review the submissions and talk about like which groups do they fit in. So we can pick out like how the compilations are going to go, if there's like a house and a techno or a chill out and a fast or a whatever. I'm open to how it goes. So maybe we can do that this week. And do you all want to do it on Wednesday after track feedback, or should we do a different day? Let me know if it's okay to do a different day and maybe like Thursday. So we could do track feedback Wednesday, record label submissions Thursday, and then track feedback Saturday. I can't do Friday, so Friday's out. Monday and Friday are out. So I'm open to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We could do another Wednesday meeting and have like take a break and have another 45 minutes of track submissions on Wednesday if everybody likes it at that time. So let me know what is good for you all in the record crew to be part of that. And let's see what happens. How many jams did we do today? One more. That's a master of Enora's track, right? No, envelope follower. And then we got Tight Slack House. Alex B, Thursday is cool around the same time as these. So Morton, what is the stage of this one? This is a master. Check the score. Yeah, this is the Enora Jens. Okay. DJ Waters, 11 minutes. That's the track you put on when you have to get to the bathroom and it's like on the other side of the club and you're like running through the crowd. Yeah, the toms in this. Let me push up my broadcast level a little bit. Those drums sound good. It has that kind of straight line that you see in a lot of techno where it's like the top is at the kick it. The bass frequencies are at the high end of the line that just goes down in a slope. Good, nice and bright. Yeah, get it to loop a section and run out to take a piss. One time I was DJing in a place where the bathroom was like, so it was impossible to get there in less than half an hour. And I drank a huge bottle of water and I was like, my only option, I got down, I had like this much left. And I was like, I'm gonna have to drink all this water and then piss in the bottle way down in this third basement down. And at the moment I was like peeing in the bottle, this guy comes up and tries to request a track. And I was like, I'm pissing on stage, do you mind? Sorry to talk over the track. I like this mid-range synth. The bleeps. Right there. Doop, doop. And it comes back in. Okay, let's just take a little clinic here. You might have heard me say how useful it is to have a sound around 100 hertz. There's so much low end in it. So if you're working with drums and you want to have like a ghost kick or a double kick drum layer, try making a floor tom sound that's big around 100 or a little above 100, like 110 or 120, and then you can layer it in there. It's going to feel percussive and it's not going to clutter up the sub frequencies. That's a perfect illustration of what a low tom can do in the mix. I like it. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Look at all these sounds. Yeah. There's so many layers in here. There's all this little stuff coming in and going. It's nice and like thick. Bottoms feel solid. Yeah. Tambourine. Oh, Tice is here. Whoa, right? Yeah, solid. Coming in with the ride. Awesome. I think this one is done. This is feeling good. What do you guys think out there? Let's skip ahead a bit because it's detuning some rides, I hear. That synth comes. I like this synth a lot. Yeah, I think this one is done. I don't hear any. I seriously don't have any comments. Yeah, the bass is wide, a lot of harmonics and distortion. Yeah, it feels full, like a thick track with a lot of little like visitor sounds coming and going. My favorite one is definitely this. And the little chirps and stuff. So nice job, you guys. That one sounds really good. And for the last track of today, we got Hope Den remix, and I'm not sure if this is a master version or. Oh. Big and clean. Yeah. Whoa. Sidetrads vibes. Okay, 31 hertz low end. I think we have the low end award of the day. That's huge. Far from mastered and mixed. Okay, so this is a remix in progress, V2. Excuse me, this sounds pretty good already. Low end feels balanced and the effects are really... Things are in their own space. I can hear where it's coming together. Those are nice reverbs. Yeah. Oh, that was a cool break. That surprised me. That was really good. Total silence and then swoop. And that low one that goes, that's nicely done. Good effects. I like the snaps. Okay, so Morton, that's a really good example of like a 10K sound that's nice and like without that one resonant thing at like 9.3, you know what I mean? You can really push high frequencies a lot rhythmically and have them sound good if they're just not metallic, you know? I know you know what I mean. All right, just get the ideas down exactly. And that background layer. .808 open hi-hat at 10K. Got it. Sorry about that white noise there. Okay, we're going in a new direction now.
From your regular life to inquire really deeply of being able to take these days off from your regular life to inquire really deeply of being able to take these days off from your regular life to inquire really deeply.
All right, I love what just happened there. There's a vocal loop. In the original, we heard the vocal loop a lot of times wide open, and we were talking about what you could do to modulate that. This time, we heard it filter down so much, I barely knew it was language, and then it got opened up and I felt like, oh, someone's talking and I don't know what they say, and I got more curious, and it brought me closer to the track, and then I heard Far From Your Regular Life, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get a message, and it took a long time, and the loop like uncovered like a little surprise vocal. I like that technique. Goosetronics, Discord is where you submit tracks for Track Feedback Crew or for our compilations coming up. I'm not sure who Goosetronics is. Are you with us in Discord? Oh, Alex, thank you for answering that. Good. This is great right here. Oh my God, this part. What's happening at I see you have a notch here at 320. Just wondering what was there that you wanted to notch out. That was me on the board just sweeping some low mids to hear it. The part that makes this track work so well for me is that there's like a fast, like a double time kind of chug underneath. Okay, there's a link to join Discord. This track is great. This is playable already. This sounds, I mean, I'm sure it's going to get better, but it already sounds like a really good, usable piece of music. Removed a harmonic to give it some deepness. All right, cool. like the soft chord. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. That could maybe be a little bit louder. It's like a little arpeggio kind of thing. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Whatever that is, I would like that one louder personally. Caesar, what's up? Do-do-do-do. Totally still jamming. 7 minutes in, it's like, Yeah, this is really good. And definitely the transition strategy of just total silence and then hitting it back in quick. Got that chugga chugga. All right, beautiful. I want to hear this again. These little breaks. So tricky. Wow. I like it, I like it. And this build up. Listen to what the vocal, when the vocal comes in, you don't know what it is. It's like whoa, 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 deeply. And that blast of pluck around it is good.
From your regular life to inquire really deeply and being able to take these days.
Go. Ping pong delay. Good, good, good.
Regular life to inquire really deeply and being able to take these days off from your regular life to inquire really deeply.
It kicks you in the head. This is great. I can't wait to hear what you do with it to make it better than this because it's already completely playable. Is she saying take these days off? Take off from your regular life or far from your regular life? I don't need to know, but really nice work all the way through. Chugging along, 7 minutes. Oh, a new synth from UAD. All right. Okay, that's going to be it for track feedback today. So let's say I only heard from Alex B about doing our label review on Thursday. So I guess I'm going to wait till Wednesday and ask again in track feedback. Maybe I'll send out an email and ask everybody because I would like to have as many people as possible to be there on a broadcast when I can play the tracks that are being submitted and we can just kind of help like start to sort them out and figure out how they're going to get grouped for the compilation. And it is the beginning of April. We're looking at having this ready for June. So we've got some good sketch ideas up for the graphics. We have a rough idea of what we're going to do for promo. We need to build up some more things about other contacts with other DJs who are playing things and radio sets and shows. And I think we will definitely be on schedule to have some cool music out on a Bandcamp compilation in June. That is very doable, especially if we can have 3 releases ready to go, not all in the same week, but have them stacked up so we can start off and do our promo where we show little video clips and little previews of the music and maybe some artist interviews or just 30 seconds of like, hey, I'm Steve, this is my studio, I got a release coming out soon. You know, I would love to really build it up and have a nice, well-supported release that a lot of people can enjoy and find music that they can play in sets. So I have no idea what she's saying. I'm sure it will work on drugs. I would agree with you on that. All right. Did we play everybody? We did. The Sunday Dubs, Randy, Alex B, that one, DJ Water. Who is this guy? See it in you. We got that one. We got that one. Cool. All right. And for the final statement of the day, back to the beginning. If you are new here and you have not been exposed to the universe of mixotexture, welcome, come on in, the water's fine. What I do is I make Ableton production lessons that are built inside the program. So you download a live pack that has a tutorial built in where you can learn about sound design, some song structure, and some mixing tips by doing a hands-on tutorial inside Ableton Live. It's called a session lesson, and they're unique and cool because you learn by doing it. So you're not watching YouTube, trying to remember stuff and getting distracted with ads and all kinds of other stuff. You can actually close your browser, open Live, do a tutorial, and learn some really cool production techniques. The mixing course, I think, is the best one. We talk about gain staging and using gate, filter, compressor, EQ, limiter, all kinds of stuff to get your mix in shape so the kick drum sounds loud and the mix feels balanced. All the stuff that we talked about all day, this is designed for house and techno to help you do that. Meaning, basically, the kick drum is huge on the bottom end. It's not like, I mean, you could use these principles for mixing drum and bass and hip hop and dubstep and stuff too, but I focus it for the kind of music people are making in this group. Then we got some tips on how to EQ your tracks. All day when I'm looking at the spectrum analyzer and talking about frequencies and brightness or muddiness, this is the course where you learn what those words mean and learn where they are on the frequencies on your EQ dial. So you can learn how to get the sound crisp and clear and bright and make a mix that sounds focused without being all washed out. And the basic problem if your mix is not EQ'd is it feels like no matter how loud you turn it up, it still doesn't sound right. And that's a problem. So this course will help you figure out how to solve that. These are all at courses.mixitexture.com. It's a member site that I'm running, and I'm building out some pretty new cool stuff that you can click in and earn points. These little thing up top, it says EP, those are engagement points, where each one of these courses is going to have a way where you can do a teaser module, collect some points and get a member's discount and save some money on the courses, because I want you to do all of them and learn about all kinds of production techniques, especially the sound design stuff down here with different drum racks and bass lines. These are like a bass sound where you learn a production technique to work with that sound. So you get a skill you can apply all over your other tracks. It's not just like one plugin or one preset. It's like a technique that works for a style of production. Oh, and then of course at the bottom, build your own bass traps. And Tice Slackhouse is doing this right now. Send us some more pictures. I hope your studio is coming along. I'd love to see the end result of what you built. Pivclit, yeah, it's nice to listen to people's tracks. The track feedback crew is pure gold. The bar keeps rising. It's very cool. Experience points. We are total nerds. I know, but gamification, you collect some points, get a little bonus, unlock a little surprise. I love that stuff. Randy Adams taking us away. Let's wait for the drop on this one, then I'll be out for today. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drink some coffee and go for a bike ride. When I start singing along with a track, it's good. Sometimes on the dance floor, I'll be doing that. I can see people look at me like, why are you talking to the music? Yeah. Solid shit. All right, everybody, make another mix, bring it back for Wednesday, and I'll see you. Engagement points. We need to get out of the studio. I don't know, maybe. All right, thanks so much, everybody. I'm really glad we all got to hang out today. Awesome music. And that's it. Bye.